Hey everyone, welcome to today's video, and if you are new, hello, welcome. My name is Jessica, and today is yet another video where I try a somewhat sketchy online retailer so that you all know what to expect and if it's worth your money. Let's get into it. Today we are doing a haul from the brand Temu. I've been hearing about Temu for a long time. Temu LLC is an American-based company out of Boston, Massachusetts, and it's a subsidiary of Chinese-based PDD Holdings Incorporated. According to their website, Temu is an online marketplace that connects consumers with millions of sellers, manufacturers, and brands around the world, with the mission to empower them to live their best lives. I mean, who doesn't like that? Temu is committed to offering the most affordable, quality products to enable consumers and sellers to fulfill their dreams in an inclusive environment. Temu was founded in Boston, Massachusetts in 2022. Now, I first became aware of this brand probably sometime last year, and the reason why was because my inbox for my business became just flooded every day with people reaching out wanting to collaborate with me to do a Temu haul on my channel. The nature of the emails just seemed a little bit less than professional, so I just deleted and moved on. But I kept getting these emails, and so my curiosity started to be piqued. And then fast forward to the Super Bowl, I'm watching for the commercials because that's the only reason this girl watches the Super Bowl. And lo and behold, I see a huge ad for Temu during the Super Bowl.
It's mine. The prices blow my mind. I feel so rich. Oh yeah. I feel like a billionaire. I'm shopping like a billionaire. I'm shopping like a billionaire. Let's go. Temu, Temu. I'm shopping like a billionaire. I get it straight from the makers. I'm shopping like a billionaire.
So I started thinking to myself, I was like, wow, so they have Super Bowl commercial money. Maybe this brand is kind of legit. Maybe I should answer one of their emails. So I decided to say yes to one of the people who emailed me and reached out to do a haul for you all with Temu. So just as a full disclosure, before we get into what I got, all the items that I will share with you all today were gifted to me, but of course I'm going to let you all know my very honest thoughts and opinions, as I always do on this channel, regardless of sponsorship, gifting, etc., etc. Even though I finally responded and got a collaboration going with one of the people who reached out to me from Temu, I still get so many emails from this company on the daily from different people, and I'm just thinking to myself, what kind of company is this? So many people are working there reaching out to influencers that they're not like understanding that they've all reached out to the same person like a million times already. That's kind of the still weird thing to me. Went ahead and popped on Temu to do a little shopping, and when you go on Temu, you'll see that it's a very similar setup to kind of like your Wish app. You know, if you've ever shopped on Wish, it feels a lot like that. Kind of like Wish, a little bit DHgate kind of vibes. Everything is extremely cheap, like the prices are very cheap, and sometimes I'm thinking to myself when I'm looking at these things, okay, like how can this be real? You know, like how can they charge such a little amount for this? Is it really going to look like the product photo? Because I don't know about you, but I have shopped on Wish, and I did a video about Wish years ago, and every time I've shopped on Wish, nothing shows up looking like its product photo. Now, because most of the items from Temu are going to be coming from China, because that's where pretty much the vast majority of these items are manufactured, shipping can take a little while. Sometimes it comes quickly. I've read it could be either one, but Temu does use FedEx, UPS, and USPS to ship your items, so at least that's a little bit nicer, because sometimes when you're buying things from these Chinese retailers, they use these weird shipping companies, and sometimes the tracking numbers can get a little wonky when you're trying to figure out where your items are. I looked up some other online reviews of Temu. They're not all great. Some people love it. Some people like just call it a straight up scam. The Better Business Bureau gives Temu a 2.1 out of 5-star rating. So not amazing, but also not the worst. And Trustpilot gives them 3.1 out of 5 stars. So I'm going into this very intrigued. I'm going to share with you 7 items that I got from Temu, most of which are clothing and fashion items, one of which is like a little home decor thing, and we are going to see if these things really lived up to their product photo. Everything that I will share with you all today will be linked down in the description box, so if you're interested in maybe checking these items out for yourself, you can do so. So starting out with what I'm currently wearing, my first clothing item. This is currently sold out on Temu's website, which is unfortunate, but I wanted to share it because I wanted to show that this actually does look pretty much exactly like its product photo. So I got this in a size medium, and the sizing for this was definitely very true to size. That was another thing that I was very nervous about with Temu, is just if the sizing charts were going to be accurate, and if things were going to fit me, because like I mentioned before with Wish, that was a big issue with them. So definitely whenever you're shopping on Temu, especially if it's clothing, look at the size chart and go by that, because that is your best hope of getting your correct size. If the size chart isn't correct, then I don't know what to tell you, but most of the time I feel like they usually are. But this I just thought was such a cool and interesting dress. It's definitely out of my normal style realm. It does feel a little bit more dark and edgy, but sometimes I like to sort of be that girl, if you know what I mean. I actually wore this recently to the season 2 premiere of the show From, which I don't know if you all are into that show. It's a really good but very scary show that's on MGM Plus. So if you're looking for a good show recommendation, highly recommend. But I got invited to go to the premiere and screening of season 2 here in Los Angeles the other night, and I thought this would be a really cool dress to wear to something that was like kind of horror related. So you can see in the photos I wore it with these black combat boots and a little black corset thing around the waist to sort of cinch it in, and I really thought the look was super cute. And I got some compliments on this dress too at the event, I do have to say. It is basically like a mesh dress, and it does have like a black opaque lining in the body of it, so like the arms are sheer and see-through, but everything from this seam to this little neck thing and down is solid, except for like the little layer of mesh that hangs down past the opaque layer. I think this is so cute. It's flattering. It definitely has that different sort of edgy vibe to it, but as far as it like looking like the product photo and being what I was expecting it to be, it is 100% that. And so first item from Temu, so far so good. Okay, I am dying to see if this dress is gonna fit me because it looks really good and I'm already very impressed, so fingers crossed. I'm gonna go put this on. I'm back. This dress fits like a glove in a good way. It is so pretty. I just was not expecting a dress that was constructed like this to show up looking the way that it did for the price that it was, which I don't remember exactly what it was. I'll put it somewhere on the screen so you can see, but wow, like it's got this little corset that's sort of built into it. It's not the most like structured feeling of corsets, but it's enough. It has enough like rigidity in the boning to sort of like hold things up. It has like some nice underwires under the cups, and the cups actually fit my boobs, which is wild to me. Like my mind is just blown, because normally like inexpensive dresses like this that are like a corset sort of built into it, that are small, medium, large sizing, never fit my boobs properly. Like the cups are always made way too small, but these are like, dare I say, like the perfect size, and I'm shook. Absolutely shook. I'm obsessed. This definitely is giving me like Versace sort of vibes that I love. It's very sexy. It's very bodycon. I mean, it's just, oh, it's so beautiful. I just love all the corset. It just cinches you in at the waist, and then it's got this really nice little like fabric detail right here that's meant to sort of drape like this, just to give it like a little bit more of like a softness, which I think is so pretty. The straps are adjustable, so you can adjust them however your comfort level is with your own shoulders and where you want the neckline to hit. The fabric feels great, and the sizing is spot on. I mean, I think it's supposed to fit pretty body consciously. So this dress is another win in shock, because it's gorgeous and it's just so well made. Like, our Tuesday leaf blower has arrived. Actually, he's not my leaf blower. He's one of my annoying neighbor's leaf blowers. So hopefully that doesn't sound too annoying. This is the dress that I was the most unsure about, and like most likely, or the one that I felt most likely would not work for me. But I saw it on Temu when I was shopping, and it looked so similar in the top to this top that an actress wore, which I don't know her name, but I attended another movie premiere like a month ago or so, and she had on this really cool like chiffon looking layered top that was literally exactly like this. So it has to be mimicking a designer. I just don't know exactly what. If you do, I would love it if you would comment, because I want to know. But yeah, this is just, I tried putting on like a really minimal black bra underneath it, because I wasn't sure if the 3 layers of black chiffon that make up the top of this were going to be enough to cover up everything, but I think it does. So I took the bra off because I didn't think I needed it, and also it just looked like way too much craziness going on with all the like crazy straps and whatnot. So for what this dress is, I I think it's made pretty well. I just think the issue is with my own body type not being quite right for it, because it's just not a whole lot of fabric, and I have, a bigger chest. So if you have smaller boobs, this dress would probably be fabulous. I think it's really sexy. It's honestly longer than I thought it would be. When I pulled it out of the bag, it looked so short, you guys. It looked like it was like going to be a shirt. But now that I have it on, it's totally, completely long enough. I think it's really hot. I love the back of it. It's just got all these like straps that go back there. It's pretty open in the back, which if you know me, you know I love an open back, but I just don't think it really does much for my body, because it doesn't really offer much support, and I definitely feel like I'm in danger of a fashion emergency nip slip at any moment. Not a bad dress, just not the right dress for me. Next up, a blazer. Blazers are really tough to buy for cheap, because if a blazer isn't made well, if it's not constructed well, if the materials that it's made out of don't have some weight to them, it just looks like a hot mess. So I thought getting a blazer would be a little bit of a test for Temu, and you know what? I'm pleasantly surprised. This is like kind of blowing my mind, the quality of their clothes. So this blazer caught my eye because it looked really similar to a blazer that I bought from Zara last summer that I ruined, because that's me, and I am spilling things on myself all the time. So this is not exactly like that blazer that I had. The one that I had was a bit more white. This one is a bit more of a cream, because if you can see close up in the weave of it, it's got like a mix of like cream and like a beige going through it, so it kind of darkens up the color of it. But overall, constructed very nicely. You can see the shoulders fit perfectly. One little thing that I always stress about when you buy a blazer is making sure that the shoulder seam it goes all the way to the outside of your shoulder. Sometimes you can tell when a blazer doesn't quite fit you right because the shoulders are not big enough for you. You'll see that the seam is like not to that hump of the outside of your shoulder, if that makes sense. You want it to go all the way to that outside hump of your shoulder and then go down, so that you're creating like a little bit more of a right angle, whereas sometimes if you can see the top of your shoulder through the fabric, that's not what you want. So that's not happening here, clearly. The fabric is just like a really nice sort of, I don't know how to explain it. It's kind of like a knit almost, but it's like very structured feeling. It looks really sharp. The sleeves are a great length. The blazer itself is a great length. The only thing that I will complain about quality-wise is the buttons are like kind of a brassy gold, like the color of the gold of the buttons is a little like, but that's just a small complaint. Otherwise, I love it. I think it looks fantastic. I'm very pleasantly surprised, and I think this is going to be a really cute blazer for like the spring months to wear with my more like springy light colored outfits, and I love it. Moving on to some accessories that I grabbed from Temu. Being a lover of designer dupes that I am, I figured Temu probably had some. So I took a look around, and I would say their website doesn't really have as many designer dupes as I would have thought, because it kind of has that Wish DHgate sort of vibe, and I think we all know DHgate has like a ton of designer dupes. Didn't find a ton on Temu, but I did find a couple. So I saw this belt, which you can see definitely is inspired by Coach. It's got the little Coach gold C. Upon checking this one out, I'm pretty impressed by it. I don't know if it's 100% like real leather, but it definitely feels really great quality. So even if it isn't and it's faux, it's a really good faux leather. What I love about it is the hardware looks really nice. So the gold is a nice, not muted gold, but it's not like a brassy gold. You know what I mean? The gold that kind of makes things look cheap. And what's great about it is it comes with these two little belt loops, one tan that matches this and one black, which adds a nice accent. You could take this off if you just want, it to be all matchy-matchy. But the cool thing about it is it's reversible. So you have a black side as well. So basically it's two belts in one. All you would do is just pop the belt out and flip it around to the other side to make it black. I'm just going to throw this on really fast. You can never have too many nice classic minimal leather belts. It's really cute. I don't think I would necessarily wear this one with these jeans in particular, just because I think it looks kind of weird with like the belt loops being so much bigger than the belt itself. So it's really made for pants or slacks that have a smaller belt loop probably, but It looks quality, it looks real, I wouldn't question it. Again, very pleasantly surprised by the things that I picked up from Temu. I also really just think it's very cool that it's reversible. I love something that can be used in more versatile ways. That is so key. Picked up a pair of sunglasses as well, and I love these. They look basically just exactly like the product photo that they had online. There's multiple different colorways in these, but I really loved the sort of green, the tortoise on the side, and then the sort of amber colored frames. And they are sort of a slight cat eye. Now, cat eyes tend to really look nice on my face shape, and honestly, I feel like cat eyes kind of look good on anyone's face shape because I just find them to be very flattering. So if you like this sort of like feminine shape, then maybe try a cat eye if you haven't before, because I think they're really fun. But these were like a couple of bucks, if that, and so cute. I know I have seen these exact ones. I have them on my wish list on Shein. Have no complaints about these. They're really cute. Obviously they're cheap sunglasses, so they are what they are, but I love me a good pair of cheap sunglasses because then I don't really have to care if anything happens to them, you know. Temu not only has fashion and clothing and accessories, but they also have tons of just like random funky little gadgets and home decor and all kinds of stuff. So I saw this little container organizer thing on Temu and decided this would look so cute on my bathroom vanity. And I also needed something better to organize all of my, you know, cotton products in, if you will. Something that was a little bit more aesthetic. And this is so cute. So I got it in the blush color, but it comes in, I think, like a white. It comes in, I think, like a minty green. There's some other colors that it comes in, but adorable. It's got these little rose gold legs, which are so cute. And then just this little plastic cover that you just flip open with 3 little sections in there. So I keep my Q-tips in there, my cotton rounds in the middle because it's the biggest, and then cotton balls on the side. And it looks so nice. It looks really cute in my bathroom. It's very like, it's plastic, it's very lightweight, but it feels well made, and I've had it for about a month and it has served me very well so far. I don't feel like it's gonna fall apart or anything on me. So also yet another thing from Temu that literally was exactly as advertised, and I'm very happy with it. To sum up, I think I am just very overall pleasantly surprised with Temu. I did not think that what I ordered was going to be what showed up at my door. I just was already mentally preparing myself for, you know, to be making a really funny, comical video for you guys. But in reality, everything ended up being pretty spot on. So if you're thinking about ordering stuff from Temu, I think as far as like the clothing goes, they're pretty solid. What I would recommend is, first of all, like I already said, always look at the size charts and order the size that you need according to that, because you never know. There's all these different sellers that are on Temu, very much like Wish, very much like Amazon. So one could be like, I could have ordered from people who had like true like US sizing. There could be people that things run a little bit smaller. You just never know. So just definitely make sure to pay attention to the size chart. Second thing would be, if you can, look and see if there are reviews of that product that someone else that legitimately bought it has written. I found that more often than not a lot of stuff on Temu had reviews. Maybe that's because of like the sheer quantity of items on Temu and the stuff that I was looking at, like nobody had bought it and reviewed it yet. But there were a couple, and it did help me make decisions on whether or not I was going to buy something. Like there was a couple dresses that I had my eye on, and then I looked at the reviews and saw the real picture of the person in the dress, and the dress definitely did not look like it was going to like be looking like the product photo. So then I decided to not order that piece. So I think that's part of the reason why the pieces that I got ended up being so good, is because I looked at some of the reviews and sort of gauged things and then nixed the stuff that I felt like wasn't really going to work out very well. So that can be also very helpful when you're shopping on Temu or any site like that. It's also advice that I would give for shopping on Amazon and it being like a seller that you're not really sure about. Well, thanks so much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful or you enjoyed it. If you're not subscribed, I would love it if you hit that red subscribe button and join my YouTube family here for more fun hauls. I have some more like random sketchy online retailer videos coming up very soon that I'm excited to share with you all. If you haven't checked out my recent Amazon haul, I would love for you to check this out next. I think you're really going to enjoy it if you enjoyed this video. So I'll see you guys over there, and if not, I'll see you on the next one. Bye!